Jimmy Kimmel attacked Melania Trump on his talk show recently, bashing her performance as the First Lady. Most people see Kimmel turning into a bitter bully who isn't satisfied with just trashing President Donald Trump. Kimmel was ruthless, targeting Melania's accent and questioning her intelligence. Well, in a shocking move that we absolutely love, the First Lady gave him and all her critics a smackdown on live TV. You don't want to miss this. The role of the First Lady can be a daunting task, but she's not an elected official. Traditionally, over the last 200 years, the main role of the First Lady is that of official hostess to state dinners and state visits. It's only the recent Democrats, namely Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama, who took on the role as some sort of platform to launch their own political careers, pushing their leftists' agenda. When Donald Trump took the escalator ride at Trump Tower to announce his candidacy, Melania was at his side, but it was clear that she was not running for anything. She supported his decision and did her part to help him get elected. But she was never going to inflict her own personal political agenda on the country, and for that, we are thankful. So, when Jimmy Kimmel came out on what is supposed to be a late-night talk show and decided to trash the one non-political issue Melania is tackling, which is cyberbullying, he once again went too far. Kimmel began by saying that First Lady Melania Trump hasn't been seen much since Winter Stormy Daniels hit Washington, D.C., adding that FLOTUS is back and planning to meet with representatives of Twitter, Facebook, Google, and others to lead the fight against online bullying. Although Kimmel recently told O Magazine that steering his late-night show monologues into politics has cost me commercially, citing polls I've seen, he doesn't seem to have learned his lesson as he continued his attack on Melania. Apparently the word irony doesn't translate from Slovenian, joked Kimmel, according to Deadline. All she has to do to fight cyberbullying is take a hammer to her husband's thumbs and phone, Kimmel continued. Melania Trump holding a summit to stop cyberbullying is like Camille Cosby calling a meeting with Benadryl, Kimmel deadpanned, adding, it's making people woozy. Maybe Jimmy Kimmel would prefer Mrs. Trump tackle abortion? Hey, it's a politically charged issue that President Trump's base would get behind. She could spend millions of dollars leading the charge to close all Planned Parenthood locations and work the political circuit to get legislation crafted to outlaw abortion in America. That's the equivalent of what Hillary and Michelle did in their roles as FLOTUS. Hillary was in charge of crafting a government-run healthcare system, and Michelle changed what all American kids ate in school. The problem is that's not their role. They are not elected officials, so Kimmel can take his unfunny trashing of Melania and stick it where the sun don't shine. Melania Trump is fulfilling her role on a bipartisan issue, and what Kimmel and all her critics found out is that Melania is no shrinking violet. She called all the haters out with class, making it crystal clear she's not backing down despite the attacks on her, and she did it on live TV. This is a Melania we don't get to see often enough. She exuded steely inner strength as she put the leftist hacks on notice. In my role as First Lady, I receive many letters from children who have been bullied or feel threatened on social media, Melania began. Then, she addressed the haters. I am well aware that people are skeptical of me discussing this topic. I have been criticized for my commitment to tackling this issue, and I know that will continue. But it will not stop me from doing what I know is right, she declared. I'm here with one goal: to help children and our next generation. So, after Melania Trump's candid smackdown, Jimmy Kimmel and his merry band of nitwits look like idiots and fools. Can you imagine how these haters would react if a conservative attacked the way someone talks or questioned their intelligence? The cries of racism and misogyny would be all over CNN and MSNBC. Americans loved the First Lady's statement and her non-political cyberbullying platform. The liberals were jumping with joy when Michelle Obama began messing in every gov agency she had no right dictating to, such as school lunches. Liberalism is a mental disorder and all of them need to be institutionalized for insanity, on another planet of course, tweeted Barbie Lee. Ever read some of the responses on his or her Trump and Melania's feed? FLOTUS could tweet how lovely the sky is tonight, and the first 100 responses will be bashing her and her husband, posted Twitter user McCamp. This is so true. The sick attacks on the Trump's social media feeds are beyond horrific. In response to Mark Simone saying, "Let Melania speak," another Twitter user tweeted, "Let her speak is right." No duly elected president has been bullied by media and Democrats as has this man and his wife. It's downright despicable. She is a great FLOTUS, and she lights up with joy around children. She will be a great advocate. At least Jimmy Kimmel has acknowledged that, since he became the new bastion of leftist rhetoric, his ratings have been in the toilet. But what does he expect? No one wants to hear anyone in the Hollywood crowd lecturing us on politics. Where comedy can be used to point out highly charged cultural issues, that's not what Hollywood is using their platform for anymore. Everything they do is one-sided, and attacking Melania Trump, who has never come out spouting her own personal political agenda, is downright despicable. But that's why the Hollywood stars with their millions donated to Hillary Clinton still couldn't help her win the election. Americans voted against their globalist commie ideas, and they better brace themselves. It's going to happen again in 2020.